Awakening through Reiki. Today, I'm so excited and so honored to bring on Trish, who is one of our newest quantum illumination Reiki healers, level one healers, who has just started level two. And we are going to have a conversation around the awakening through Reiki, and also like with quantum illumination Reiki, it's not just about awakening, it's about ascending. But we're going to bring her on and share with you her journey of what this looked like. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear her story, because it's really going to, I think it's going to empower you through your own journey wherever you are, whether it's awakening. Really beautiful conversation. I just saw your request to join, Trish. I approved it. Let's see if it'll work this time. Oh my gosh, hi.
Hi,
Okay, I can't see you, but can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay, amazing. So
Yeah.
sometimes Instagram works like this. We're just gonna roll with it. My
All
internet
right,
is
let's roll with
so,
it.
yeah, let's roll with it. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Wonderful.
Good. I'm so glad. I am so excited to have this conversation with you. I wish I could see your beautiful face like on
Ah, maybe I'll
Instagram.
pop. Maybe I'll pop on eventually.
So I would love for you to just share with everyone a little bit about you, your background, who you are, what you do, all of that fun stuff, and and then we'll dive into the juicy stuff too.
Yeah. So I started in this journey this year. I turned 50, so it was a big year for me.
No, you did not.
Yes.
What?
Yes. And kids, college, I have a 19-year-old and a 21-year-old. And, I spent my whole life working full time. And then, of course, they were both involved in sport. So my life was always busy, 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 busy. And then I
Oh,
found myself with nothing to do. They were grown
wow.
up and I had all this time on my hands. And I started really focusing on myself because I had not probably ever done that before in my life. And kind of led me to meditating. And then Reiki kind of came to me. So through my meditation, and I was guided to do that. And so I did the traditional style one and two. And then after that, I still felt like I was missing something, like there was
Mm.
more to it. And I started seeing your reels and I got very curious. And I kept going back to them and back to them. I think I sent you a few messages because to me, I wanted to research it, but
Mhm.
realizing that, you created this. So you
Yeah.
were the best one to ask these questions to. And I just kept meditating on it, thinking about it, and then I just decided, what do I have to lose? So
Oh
that's
my
how it
God.
kind of came together,
I
and
love
it's been wonderful.
I love that so much. Oh my gosh, I have so much I want to say. Okay, so first of all, reverse aging, ma'am. What? That's like it always it's always so fun when, because I get this too. I just turned 40 this year, and I was like, it's so fun when you share your age and people are like, nah.
Yes,
You're like, it's the healing effect.
yes, exactly.
It truly. Um, so that's amazing. And also, like, and anybody watching our live or watching the replay, like, come and let us know, like, how relatable is it as a mom to just like put yourself, like, not prioritizing yourself, and not in a way that you're just like, oh, I can't pour from an empty cup vibe, but sometimes it's just like, oh, well, we're busy, right? Like, we just got a lot of
Yes.
things going on, and when kids are in sports, there's a lot of moving parts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Weekends, nights, all of it.
Yeah, yeah. And to have that moment of like, oh, I'm like an empty nester now. Now is truly my time. What am I going to do with this
Hmm.
time for me? Like, what a beautiful gift for you to be like, okay, well, this is what I'm actually going to do, and to come home, like it's a come home to you. Like,
Yes.
what when you were in that moment of like, well, what do I do with my time now? And what drew you to, like, I'm curious about the Reiki part too, but I'm curious, like, what drew you to meditation?
I think it's just a stressful time in life. And again, trying to figure out who am I without the kids.
Yeah.
and work was stressful, and I just felt like, all right, this is what I'm needing right now.
Yeah.
Started journaling, started doing different things, and like I said, I had reached out to a lady who taught, but she didn't have anywhere to teach. She said, I teach, but right now I don't really have anywhere. So a friend of mine owns a yoga studio, and so I put them in contact. And so we kind of just threw it together and had about 10 people join us.
Mm.
And that's how we ended up doing the Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 is at the yoga studio. So it just kind of came together.
Wow.
And from there, I was practicing on, I have some really good girlfriends that let me practice on them.
I love that.
And I was just getting really good feedback. So again, it made me want to do more because I felt like I was making an impact and I was doing
Mm.
positive things. And when you came across, I don't know, I kept getting drawn to it. So I felt like, I have to do this. I have to see what it's about.
Mm. I love that. I love that so much. Were you like in your awakening prior to like when you were drawn to meditation, or do you feel like that was like a tipping point for you?
I feel like that was a tipping point. Again,
Mm.
I think before then my life was just so busy. Could barely have time to think. So
Yeah.
I think I probably had a good year to kind of trying to figure out who am I and what do I want
Mhm.
in life. And and then I have a job transition this year as well. So it's just kind of been a crazy, crazy year for me. And I feel
Yeah.
like really this has been the only thing that's keeping it together for me.
Mm.
I was having a tough time learning. I've been in banking for 30 years, but I went
Mhm.
to the mortgage side, which is completely different than
Mhm.
the banking side. And I don't know, about probably 3 weeks ago, I just went to work and it was just like, I kept, doing the self Reiki and, doing everything. And it's just like the floodgates opened and it just was like, you're okay. You got this. And I just felt
Um,
like this, all right, we're good. So I just like things have been opening more for me lately.
Oh, oh my gosh, I love that. And it's so common. I actually just created a TikTok video because I was in our Tuned Healers community and I was like, oh my God, I haven't been in here for like a few days. And I was like, I'm scrolling. I'm like, where's the top of this? This is so cool. Like so many celebrations of like shifts and things that are happening and coming together for people. And like,
Yes,
I love that so much. It brings me so much joy to see everybody winning. It's like we've got the whole team winning.
absolutely.
Um, and so when you were in meditation and Reiki came to you, like were you familiar with Reiki at that point?
A little bit. Many, many years ago, I had a session. And other than
Hmm.
that, I haven't really thought much about it. And honestly, I don't, like I said, it just kind of came to me. And then once I had it in my mind, I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So
Yeah.
that's how it
Oh,
kind of started. But I just enjoy helping people. If I can do any little thing to make someone feel better, it
yeah.
just, I have my girlfriends with, bad shoulders or hurt backs, and for them to say, I feel so much better after that, or for them to the next day to say, I slept so good after our session. And then learning virtual was a whole, like, to me, it's like, it's still hard for me to believe it works, but I mean, everyone is giving such positive feedback. It's hard to
Yeah.
wrap your mind around how it works.
Yeah, yeah. I always like to explain like this, well, distance healing. But distance learning is super easy and that yeah, the way that I teach to make it really interactive, but I always explain it like Wi-Fi. Like most of us have no clue how Wi-Fi works.
Right.
But we just know that we turn our Wi-Fi signal on, and if you're not in my house anyway, it typically works. We're connected to the internet, and it's
Hmm.
like that with Reiki too. It's like you connect with that life force energy, and it works. And like even just thinking about QIR, quantum illumination Reiki, like your hands will start vibrating. Like, hey Erica, like
Yes.
Erica, I'm sure your hands will start vibrating. Or Trisha, like, have you ever experienced that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so
My body,
fun. It's like,
it's really weird. I get like kind of itchy in spots, and I know that's when
ooh,
the energy's flowing. So it's kind of
that's
weird.
I love it. That's so cool. it's so fun because it's just like, oh, we're ready to use, or you're feeling called to like something right now, like you're needing something, and it activates for you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do struggle with imposter syndrome. I know that's common and a lot of people struggle with that. I mean, even though I've every single session I've ever done, it has been so positive and but for I still, you know, it's just hard. You don't just to get past that you are doing something good, it is working, and just to go with it and trust the process and all of that.
Yeah, yeah, and imposter syndrome is a fun one to heal, clear, and release. And even like it's kind of like no matter what level you're at, you experience it at some variety, but it becomes more of a game where then it's like, okay, well, I've experienced stuff like this before. Like, what do you mean, who am I not to do this? Because I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't meant to and if it didn't work,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
so I love this too. And one of the things that I love to integrate into our program is those sessions in exchange for testimonials because that does create the proof for you guys
Hmm.
and which automatically starts dissolving that imposter syndrome because now your mind is like, oh, I actually can do this. Oh, I can actually go back to my testimonials and be like, oh, I did that. Like
Right.
we did, like QIR and I did
Mhm.
that. Like we're making this magic happen. And I
Right.
also love to combine alchemize with quantum illumination Reiki because we've got that imposter syndrome, the subconscious. But it's
Yes.
like the more that we do, the more that we do it, the more evidence that it builds for our human mind to comprehend that we're actually doing what our soul is calling us to, and
Yes.
it's such a gift to be able to continue that. And one thing too is like raise your hand if you've ever experienced imposter syndrome, like anybody watching the replay or that's live with us. It's so common, right? And it's like,
Yes.
okay, we're in good company. We're all kind of feeling like the same way. And then we little by little, it's like we continue to rise, and it continues to just
Mhm.
kind of the visual that's coming through is like it's almost like armor falling off and it's like, oh, there I am
Yes,
underneath.
absolutely.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love this.
Yeah.
um okay, so you're trained in level 1 and 2 of traditional style of Reiki, and um I want to talk about like your awakening through Reiki, and then we'll kind of dive into like that missing, like feeling like something's missing. But what did your awakening look like, and what did traditional Reiki like awaken for you?
I think it just, I don't know exactly what it awakened in me. I just think I just kind of dove in and I just kept wanting to learn and learn and learn. So, I mean, I know some people have like a specific awakening. I don't know if I really experienced that. I think, like I said, I just kind of dove in and I just wanted to keep going, whatever it was. I wanted to keep learning. I wanted to keep practicing, and I just wanted, and the more I do it, the more I feel at ease with myself, and
Mhm.
things that would stress me out normally are not stressing me out. And again, I love for a friend to say, "Hey, I've had a really bad day. Can you do some Reiki on me tonight?"
Mhm.
So it just, again, I think I've just been focused on the learning aspect of it and just going with it.
Yeah, I almost feel too like that awakening. Ooh, I just got chills on this. The awakening for you was through like you have two girls, right?
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl. Okay, so your kiddos. Sorry, your son and your daughter, like you becoming an empty nester and just having that moment of who am I? Wow, that's a
Yes.
powerful conversation, right? Joe
Yes. Yeah.
Dispenza vibes. And then it's like, okay, well, let me figure out who I am. That's like an awakening in itself. And then going into meditation, like to, oh my gosh, I got chills again. And then Reiki coming to you, and then just like one thing after another, all coming together for you in a way that you couldn't even begin to imagine. And it's
Right.
like, did you experience like some turbulence along like your awakening?
I mean, looking back, I probably did, but like I said, I think I just had so many transitions going on in life that I just
Mm,
didn't realize, because again, transitioning from a 30-year job into something new, and then, my daughter moved out, and, everybody's doing their own thing, and, so I probably was, I just don't realize it because I just think life was happening.
Yeah. And I love that too because we're like normalizing this conversation of awakening gets to look so different for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, because like, and sometimes there's even several different awakenings. Like when we think back, there's like, oh, it's kind of like a frog jumping from lily pad to lily pad, where it's like, oh, there's all these stepping stones along the way, and we don't realize them until we're awakened. We look back and we're like, oh, I was guided here all along. I just didn't
Yes.
realize it.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so I do remember when we first started talking. So you're trading level 1 and 2, and then you're practicing, and then it was feeling like there was something more. Like, what was that turning point for you when you were like, okay, I'm practicing it? Like, were you not feeling it the way that it had, or what was that for you?
I think it was more just how, like, you have to draw your symbols, or and people do it different ways. You have to say things to bring it in, and I could never ever ever remember the distance symbol. So I basically would have to have my book out, and I would just trace
Mhm.
it in the book. And I don't know, I just felt like it should be more simple, maybe.
Yeah.
And so I think the first thing I that drew me to yours was just knowing how different it is, and you didn't have to, call in, draw, and memorize all of that. You So it just kind of drew it to me, and I'm like, well, that seems like it just makes sense to me. Like you said, the way energy works, I shouldn't have to, you know, do a distance symbol, or draw different things, or do it on all the walls. And so
Yes, like all the
I
things.
don't know.
It just feels like a whole situation just to get set up, and it's
Yes.
right, and it's
Yes.
not good or bad, it's not right or wrong, but it
Right.
can feel
Right.
very confusing.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's like that common thread between a lot of us. It's like it feels like there's something missing, and it's like, why are all these there's so many moving parts here? Why am I doing all
Mhm.
of this?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and I love that too. Like the the distance symbol is a 3D concept. It's
Mhm.
assuming that there's a door between you and I, and that in order for me to be able to send healing to somebody in Australia, that I have to do a distance symbol. What do you mean? If I could pick up the phone and
Mhm.
call them right now, why do I need a distance symbol? If time and space is an illusion, and everything is energy, and energy is everything, and life force energy is in everything and everyone, why do we need a distance symbol? And why do I
Mhm.
have to draw it? You
Right.
know?
Right.
And so, yes, I had those questions too. And I actually struggled with the distance symbol myself as like as a master. And so, yes, that was very interesting for me. And then, okay, so, and then when it comes to QIR, I know that you mentioned that you did some research on it and you're like, oh, this is actually like a newer modality. What was the turning point for you that you're like, actually, I feel like this is my next step?
I just kept getting drawn to the reels, the Instagram, I don't know, every time I would think about it, you would pop up, and I don't know. At the end of the day, I thought I have nothing to lose but to try it. So,
Yeah.
and it's been
Yeah.
wonderful. My intuition is getting better. I feel
Mm.
like when I'm working on people, I'm starting to get words. Again, sometimes you wonder if that's like your own head talking, but
It sounds
I
like your head. Like it sounds like your voice.
right. It sounds like your
Yeah.
voice. So
Hmm.
I started writing them down when I get the words. And then after I do a session, I like to pull an angel card for them. And
Oh,
I
cool.
started finding that my words sometimes were kind of tying into the angel card. So then I was like,
Oh,
oh, okay, that it was like tying in. So, but then I felt like I don't want to focus too much on that, because I would want to do a session, and I would want words to come in, and then maybe they wouldn't. So it's
yeah.
starting. So we'll
I
we'll
love
see.
that. I love that. That's like It's like warning, your soul codes are going to activate and the abilities too, like your clairaudient channel. I always tell people see, hear, feel, and experience is likely to happen. And
Mhm.
everybody's going to experience them differently. And it also depends on where you are in your own spiritual journey as well, too,
Mhm.
and how it
Oh, yeah.
activates. I didn't know this. This is so exciting. Oh my
Well,
God.
a funny story, really quick. My husband's knee was really bothering him, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And he doesn't really believe in all this, So
Yeah.
finally, I was like, "Can I just let me do it on your knee?" And I was doing it, and in my head, it said gout. I had no idea you could get gout in your knee, and come to find out, it was gout. And it just clear as day in my head, as I had my hands on his knees, it told me that he had gout.
Oh
So,
my God. And then he goes to the doctor and he has gout and he's probably like, what?
yeah, yeah. He's like, "Oh, you probably just guessed that." I'm like, "Okay."
If you say so.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before he's like, okay, she's on to something.
Well, the last time he let me do a full session on him, he fell asleep. And
Oh my
afterwards, I was like, "How did I feel?" Well, how did that feel? I don't. It's fine. I guess it was fine. I'm like, "You fell asleep. You were so relaxed."
It's so funny. Okay, so, side husband about or side story about husband. I don't have a side husband. I have one. I am telling you, words are very interesting today. Um, maybe I won't tell him Matt about this one. Oh, so I remember when I started putting crystals in my bra, and this was like, I don't know, almost 10 years ago or something. And at night I would have like the lines or whatever of the
Uh-huh.
crystals. And I remember like just changing and my husband being like, why do you have rocks there? Like, okay, here it goes. Here goes nothing. So I can do this thing now. And now he's just like, go, babe. Like, I have
Yes,
no
exactly.
idea what you're talking about, but I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh, that's so great. And like and that's very much the intuition part kicking in of that. Did you, like with traditional styles of Reiki, did you experience like your abilities popping up? Because I mean, you just finished level one. Was this before your attunement? I feel like it was.
Well, I did have some things that intuition wise that were coming in before, but the
Mhm.
last couple that I've had have been with this style. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been coming through for a little bit now. But like I said, I feel like it's getting stronger.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. We love the husband stories.
Yeah,
It's always the ones that are
that could
like,
be a whole separate live.
I seriously, they're so great. We love them for just hanging in there with us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Um, Amazing. So what was your experience through the certification program through level one? Because now you're in level two.
Hmm.
You've had your attunement, and
Yes,
I know you had a change of jobs or a change in position during
yes.
level
Hmm.
one.
Yes.
So yeah, tell me about like your experience through level one, or even like going into level two, maybe how you were feeling before compared to now, and what your
Yeah,
experience was.
absolutely. I love the program because you can go at your own pace. So, being a working gal, it's, the weekends or the evenings. So, it's nice
Mhm.
that you can kind of just go through it at your, when you can. And like I said, I feel like about halfway through was when I started feeling the shifts and things falling into place a little bit better for me and just, feeling more at ease and the confidence and all of that good stuff. And I just started on two this past weekend. So I've only learned one key, which I loved, by the way.
Yay. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
yay.
yes, yes, yes.
That
The
one's one of
first
my
night
favorites.
after learning it, I slept very, very good. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so I've been practicing with that one. And yeah, so I'm excited to learn more.
Yes. That key is great for sleeping. Put it on your third eye.
Yes, I've been doing
And
it every night.
yes. And I will not be surprised if like the next time you come into our community, like, so I can do this other thing now. And
Mhm.
My psychic abilities are enhanced.
Well, funny, I did a session with my girlfriend on Sunday night, and her father has passed. And she
Oh.
said that night she had some dreams about her dad. So, and I had used that key on her, that night.
Wow. Like
So that was
open up a
exciting.
channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
she didn't know that. So she just told me the next day. Well, I texted her and I said, did you sleep good last night? How do you feel this morning? And she's like, good. I had a really weird dream about my dad. And then she told me about the dream. So I was like, oh, okay.
wow. Wow. Like,
Yeah. So that was really neat.
that's what we do. Wow, that's so amazing. I love that so much. And I'm curious too, like, you know, is there anything that we missed that you're like, oh, I really wanted to dive into this?
I don't think so.
Yeah, amazing. I can't see you, so I'm like thinking I'm just looking at myself to like look at the camera. It's like so weird. I'm trying to play cool, but it's like strange.
I can see you.
It's amazing. I'm like wearing sunglasses, so you can't see where I'm looking. Oh my gosh, so funny. Yes, amazing. You have done such an incredible job of like harmonizing, working out, like learning quantum illumination Reiki while also navigating a new job and
Yes.
how it supported you through those changes, how you're supporting your husband and your friends, which is so, so amazing. So I think one of the other questions I wanted to ask you was because you are trained in traditional Reiki as well, what do you find is different about QIR versus traditional styles that you're trained in?
I think for me, in traditional, I didn't really feel a shift in myself, even though I
Mm.
would do the self Reiki. This one, I feel like it's actually working on me. And I feel also I'm a people pleaser, which, that's a whole
Girl,
nother
we need to get
story.
you an alchemize.
Yes. And I find myself, I don't know, not being as much of a people pleaser and trying to make sure
Mhm.
that I'm putting my needs first, and things that would maybe stress me out in the past, I feel like are not, and I'm just okay with certain things now. And
Mm.
traditional, I don't know, I never got to that point where I felt those shifts. And I just feel like probably the last month for me, I've really felt a lot of shifts happening for the positive. So I still have a
Yeah.
lot of work to do, but it feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Ugh, I love that so much. And like, don't we always like, I like to say we're not like some project to always be working on, but it's really fun when we can peel back those layers and then we reflect on how far we've come
Hmm.
and how like what you've been doing has been so supportive for you. I think that's so amazing because you've been in QIR since the end of July, right?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So August, September, we're now in spooky season officially.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's only 2 months for clearing, like, being in awareness of imposter syndrome and getting more proof as to how things are actually working for you, being able to feel calmer on things that used to bother you,
Hmm.
not being a people pleaser anymore. Was there anything like
I
different
wouldn't say
that you,
I'm not a people pleaser anymore, but we're working on it. We're
right, not
getting
as much.
better.
Yeah, it's like we're drawing boundaries and we're getting better, like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And
100%.
yeah, like sometimes that one's a sneaky one too. And I think as a woman, as a healer, we want to just help people.
Yes.
And also is that at the capacity of what, right? And
Mhm.
so really just checking in. But I love that that's in your awareness and that it's something that's helping you um through the last couple of months, which is insane. It's like people aren't healing at this speed. Like people
Right.
take decades and sometimes never even get to the point where they're not feeling imposter syndrome or feeling it as deep or or people pleasing and boundaries. That is a huge one. So or just allowing like life to run all over us, right? Like people spend their entire life doing that, and for you to like notice shifts, even if it's like subtle, you're like, oh, we're doing this. That's huge.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's
You're do
exciting.
you're doing amazing. I'm so, like just in awe. And I'm so excited for you. Yes. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So is there anything like is there anything that you wanted to add before we close out? And then also if someone was thinking about joining our certification program, what would you say to them?
100%. Do it. Just do it. What's the worst thing that could happen, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right?
all positive. All positive.
And the community's got our backs. Like,
Yes,
oh my
absolutely.
gosh.
The community is awesome.
I love our community so much. I'm like, name a better community on the interwebs. I'll wait.
That's so true.
Like,
I know I've already popped a few questions in there and people
yay.
are so quick to answer and you're quick to
Yes.
answer too. So yes, it's wonderful. It's lots of support.
Yes. I love being able to be in there with everyone. And, kind of circling back to what you had said with, you had went to do some research on quantum illumination Reiki, right? And it's like, oh, like this is actually new.
Right.
I've been doing sessions for like only QIR since end of 2022. My spirit team was like, oh, we're doing this, but I wasn't given the name until fall of 2023. I was
Hmm.
calling it intuitive quantum healing or something like that. And so yeah, and I was like, someone had asked like, what's the history of it? I'm like, well, we're making history right now with everyone that's inside of our founding healers community or founding healers. Like you guys are the ones that are helping pave the way of like this butterfly effect of healing. Like
Right.
you're healing, you are stepping into your essence, you guys are helping other people heal, and like in turn, like people are just living better lives, which is so amazing. Like
Well, the
just
funny thing is I kept asking my pendulum and it would swing like a big yes every single time. And I'm
oh my
like,
God.
okay, well, it keeps telling me yes. So I must have asked it 10 times. Like, should I do this? Should I do this?
I love
So, here we are.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And it's like, how many times is my spirit team going to tell me before it's like,
Yes.
girl?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Lately, I just feel like I'm getting guided and I'm going with it. So,
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. Is there any final words that you would love to leave anybody with around awakening, around Reiki, around anything that feels like it wants to come through?
no, just, follow your heart and amazing things will happen.
Yes, so good. Trish, thank you so much for your
Thank
time,
you.
your energy, your joy today. I'm so excited that we got to do this and make this happen.
Yes,
And
me too.
yes, and you guys, if you're feeling called to the certification program, you can DM me Quantum and make sure, Trish, is it okay that they follow you on Instagram, or do you have where's the
Absolutely.
best place to connect with you?
Instagram.
Okay, amazing. And do you offer QIR sessions yet?
I mean, I have for my friends, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so if you want a session through Trish, then DM, I'm like, yes, I'm like giggling because I'm like, that sounds fun. Then just slide into her DMs. Feel free to ask her any questions, connect with her. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your
Thank
night.
you. This was
You're
wonderful. I appreciate it.
welcome. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.